All right, guys, the first mistake that a lot of eBayers make, seasoned and beginners, is they put the wrong word first in their titles. eBay has told us over and over again they want the brand first. If it's a Sony remote, you put Sony. If it's a Tommy Bahama shirt, you put Tommy Bahama shirt. If it's a MacBook, you put Apple MacBook. A lot of people like to put rare. They like to put authentic. They put nice. They even put an emoji. This is going to cause your listings to just get buried. So make sure that you're only putting brand and what the item is. And so I'm going to hop into my screen and show you guys some examples of that. Okay, so we're going to hop into my phone, and for this example, we're just going to type in rare Harley Davidson shirt. Then we're going to go ahead and search that, and we're going to go to the navigation. We're going to set it to lowest price plus shipping. We're also going to sell it to sold items. We're going to click on that. Here at the top, it's going to say see more results. They're so buried that I can't even see the lowest. You come in here, you see all these shirts selling for $5 or $6 that normally could have sold for $30. Mistake number 2 is you guys are putting your items in the wrong categories. A lot of times this comes from listing similar off of somebody else's item that doesn't really know what they're doing either. For example, I just barely bought a Animal Crossing shirt. Animal Crossing is a game from Nintendo. I played it all the time on the GameCube growing up. There's also a Wii version, and there's a couple different runs of it. That shirt was listed in gaming consoles. So when you type in Animal Crossing, it was surrounded by GameCubes and Wiis with Animal Crossing skins. And then boom, there the shirt was. It's about a $40 shirt, maybe $30. I got it for $3.25 because it was listed in the wrong category. Therefore, people looking for Animal Crossing shirt never saw it because it was hidden away in the consoles. So make sure you're in the right category. Another common mistake that a lot of eBay resellers make that causes their listings to get buried is misspelled words. You guys won't believe the amount of cameras I've seen go for super, super cheap or just get buried and never sold at all because they put Sony A6700 Camera, C-A-M-N as in Nancy, instead of M as in Mary. If you put Camera, dude, that thing is just gonna get freaking just buried. Another example of this, during Q4, I like to look for different spellings of Care Bear plush. There's a lot of vintage Care Bears that can go for some good money, and people spell bear incorrectly. Their listing gets buried. And they've probably been listed for months and months and months. So you can go in, give a lowball offer, and people are just happy to get that out of their store because it's been sitting there for months or years or who knows how long, and they just want to keep cash flowing. So yeah, definitely spell your words correctly and make sure they're titled in there good. And the fourth and final tip, the one that is most commonly misunderstood by eBay resellers, I talk about this on my channel all the time, that is keywords. I've talked to you guys before about how I'm always able to find good shirts that have a high sell-through and a high price because people didn't use the correct keywords. So you definitely want to be doing your research about different limited editions, different print runs, why certain things sell for more. Because, for example, here's a bit of information. Blu-ray players sell very well on eBay. And then there's these things called multi-region Blu-ray players. If your Blu-ray player is multi-region, it's going to sell for double or even triple of just a regular Blu-ray player. Because the way that DVDs are manufactured is they're set up by regions. So the Americas, North America, for example, I can't remember the regional numbers, but I think we're 1. I think Australia is like 3, and like Asia and Japan, they're 4, for example. Those numbers might be wrong, but each region is different. So you can't play a Japanese crafted DVD in an American DVD or Blu-ray player because the coding on it is incorrect, and a normal standard Blu-ray player won't be able to read it, but a multi-region one will. What's cool is there's this movie, Godzilla vs. Kong. In the American region version, Kong wins, right? in the Japanese version, they actually change it, and Godzilla actually beats Kong. But you wouldn't know that because it's in a different region. But if you had this multi-region disc player, then you'd be able to watch the alternate endings. So if you throw multi-region into your Blu-ray that has that compatibility, it's going to sell for 2 or 3 times more. If someone who knows what they're doing notices that it's a multi-region Blu-ray player, but it's not listed in their listing, if that keyword isn't in there, then they can take that off eBay, relist it for triple, and make a good profit. So make sure that you have those keywords in your titles, research every single day, and make that cash. All right, while I was making that 4th tip, I actually thought of a 5th one, so I guess you guys are getting a bonus. Those first 4 tips all have to do with the titles of your listing. But the game doesn't end there. After you make your title, you still have a description, your pricing, your business policies such as shipping, returns. There's a lot of other components of the listing, and so I just wanted to throw out one bonus tip when it comes to policies. So you can still have a perfect title, but if your business policies suck, you're not going to get sales. Like, think about it. Put yourself in your customer's shoes. Would you want to buy something that's used that doesn't have a return policy? What if you get it and it's broken and you're just out of luck? like it didn't even say that it was broken in the description. It's just you buy a VCR player that plugs in and it turns on and it plays your video, but then like 17 minutes in, all of a sudden the screen gets fuzzy and it turns off. Like that's broke. Like, it's broken. Like, you wanna watch a 2-hour movie, you can only get 17 minutes in, and every single time it gets to that point, it just keeps shutting off. Like, no one would keep that VCR. So you wanna be able to return it. But if someone has a no returns policy, well, they're just gonna scroll down 2 more inches on the eBay screen and boom, there's someone that has a return policy. Also, you're gonna wanna have a quality handling time. Again, think about it. If it's baseball season and your favorite bat just cracked, like, now you can't use it anymore, and you want the exact same bat, but it's hard to find because it was a limited edition one and they no longer make it, but you can find it on eBay, boom. But it has a 5-day handling time, but you have a game on Friday and you broke the bat on practice at Tuesday. You're not, like, someone will pay $40 extra for someone that will ship it same day or next day, and they won't buy from you because they need it right now. Some people are a bit ridiculous, like they don't necessarily need it right now and they demand that you ship same day, which you should anyway. But don't get caught up in that. There are actual situations like that bat scenario that I just talked about where people need it as fast as possible, or they buy something off of eBay 4 days before Christmas because they need it as a Christmas present. Well, you ship it out that same day or that next day so they can get it by Christmas. But if your policy says, we have a 4-day handling time or an 11-day handling time, or your feedback says, these guys ship late, they're just going to keep scrolling and buy it from Jake, who ships the next day or the same day. So make sure that your policies are in correlation with the wants and desires of your customers, or else you're just going to have so slow. Wow. Let's regain my composure here. Or else you're going to have slow sales or non-existent sales, and it's really not eBay's fault. It's your own business policy's fault. So keep that in mind when you're making your listings. There's so many important factors. Titles are so important. I didn't even talk about pricing. I'll get into that in another video. Sometimes if you are 89 cents priced too high, you're on page 18 instead of page 1. Like, it's as simple as that. As much as people hate to hear that, it's as simple as that. So I'll make another video diving into that as well. But you gotta have a good title, gotta have a good description, gotta have good item specifics, gotta have a good price, gotta have a good return policy, gotta have a good shipping policy, gotta have good photos. We are competing against each other, and some of us are a lot better at this than others, and there's no excuse for us not to be as good as them. We have to just kill every single aspect of eBay. And if you do that, your sales are going to explode. So there's 4 title tips plus a business policy tip. If you guys employ these in your own business, I promise you your sales will explode.